Hey guys, I'm Sudheesh Nair, the current club president of Infosys Toastmasters Bangalore. And as president of the club, it is one of my responsibilities to look for the next set of club officers that are going to take this club forward. And so let me tell you a bit about what does it mean to be a club president of Infosys Toastmasters Bangalore. Now, the club president is like the CEO of a company. You are the single point of contact that acts as a liaison between the club members and the district officers. So, whenever either set of people want to contact one person, that person is you. Now, as the club president, you also have a large team. In all, we have 14 club officers plus the immediate past president, making 15 people as the club officers for every single term. Now, at Toastmasters, there is not as much accountability as if you are in a project, for instance, where millions of dollars are at stake. So remember that whenever you are assigning a task, since there is not the same level of accountability, most of the tasks are really based on how good a relationship you have and how much of a trust you have with the other club officer or the other club members. And so that's really what you have to work with. A lot of times all I have to do is trust the other club officers and just get out of the way, knowing that they will do the right thing for the club. And as club president, one of the primary duties is to uphold the club mission. Another aspect of it is that we get to speak in every meeting as the presiding officer. The club president is responsible to supervise the overall activities of the club and to ensure that the club meetings go on smoothly, to ensure that every individual club member gets something, if not everything they want, what they want out of the club. As the club president, it is also important to set the tone of the club. There are different ways of leading the club, because after all, like the CEO of a company, you are responsible to give direction in which way the club moves forward. And like the CEO of the company, the pay is great. Sorry, club presidents don't get paid, so no, scratch that. There are different ways in which you as a club president can take the entire set of club officers, also called the office bearers, forward. You have to define what is your leadership style going to be like. You could have an authoritarian or a dictatorship role where you say, I am the club president and so I decide to do it this way, but nobody's going to listen to you anyway. Or you could have a more of a diplomatic approach where you take consensus from each and every person and majority wins. Sometimes you have to take the tough decisions and veto a decision, but most often you try to get towards a particular consensus, again in the benefit of the club as a whole, upholding the club mission. And as a club president, you also get to provide new initiatives. In fact, in the last term, when I was an associate president, I had suggested one new initiative and we worked on it. The membership team and the president agreed and they carried forward that particular initiative. But during my term, that same initiative was frowned upon by the membership team, and so you have to take out your ego out of the equation and figure out what is their viewpoint. And once you feel that yes, you agree with their viewpoint, you have to get rid of things that are not helping the club. And that's what happens in initiatives. And in this current term also, we have brought in new initiatives like the Presidesk videos, the new internal club website, the club leaderboard, and awarding the star of the month, bringing in awards for speech evaluators. That's some of the new initiatives that we have brought forward in this term. And as club president, you are the person who gathers recommendations and ideas from the rest of the club officers and even the rest of the club members, because there are a lot of people who might not be club officers, but they want to contribute to the club. So it is your job to ensure that you hear from every person and you imbibe the positive aspects from everyone into the club proceedings. And as the club president, it is also your duty to ensure that every single club member gets something out of the meeting, and not just out of every meeting but out of the whole term. It is your duty to ensure that you take care of it. Remember that you are in charge of providing an equitable opportunity to every club member so that they can chase their goals for the term. It is also your duty to ensure that the club election happens very soon towards the end of the term, and the next set of club officers are elected and they are given enough guidance on how to take the baton forward. So that, in a big nutshell, is all that the club president's duties are all about. And I hope a lot of you will nominate yourself for the club president, associate club president, and other roles for being a club officer in the next term. And for those of you who do not see themselves coming to the meetings often, what you could do instead is at least come and vote for the people who want to become club officers in the next term. So hoping I see you all soon. Until next time, that's it from me.